Good morning. My name is Ken Kanazawa, and I'll be your chairperson for today's service. Are there any new visitors or new students and families here this morning? If so, welcome to our temple. Could those of you sitting near them help to find the proper pages for the sutras, gathas, and readings? Thank you. First, we'll have our, first we'll have Sambujo on page 24 in the big book, followed by sutra chanting Now we'll have Gatha, Life of Shinran, which you can find in the yellow handout on page 128, followed by the Golden Chain, which is located on page 2 in the little book, or page 15 in the big book under Golden Chain 1. Now we'll have Gatha, Life of Shinran, which you can find in the yellow handout on page 128, followed by the Golden Chain, which is located on page 2 in the little book, or page 15 in the big book under Golden Chain 1.
So this book, okay. Moss, can we go once through on the melody? Okay. Sorry. Moss, can we go once through on the melody? As a young boy, Matsuwakumaru lost his parents by the age of 9. Oakland became that he on and left his purpose being 20 years of difficult practice and dedication in each day did not find a pathway found. Let us seek better. Zenshin met master teacher, learned about the Nembutsu way, Shinran spread this pure land.
Now we have the Golden Chain. I'm a link in Amida's golden chain of love that stretches around the world. I'll keep my link bright and strong. I will be kind and gentle to every living thing and protect all who are weaker than myself. I will think pure and beautiful thoughts, say pure and beautiful words, and do pure and beautiful deeds. Every link in Amida's golden chain of love be bright and strong, and may we all attain perfect peace. Namo Amida Butsu.
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 Now we'll have the Dharma lesson by Rinban Sakamoto.
Mr. Moss, are you still there? Can we try that again? Just the melody, and be seated, and so that let's see. Okay, can we play those that section again? It's just a melody, so it starts as a young boy, Matsuwakumaru lost his parents by the age of 9. Okay, let's try that. All right. Okay, can we play those? Everybody on the right page? We together? Okay. As a young boy, Matsuwakumaru lost his parents by the age of 9. Okay? Okay, next section. Orphan, he became a monk at and left his possession behind. Okay, let's try that section again. Okay, next section. Orphan, he became a possessions behind. Okay, let's start from the beginning again. And go through that. Okay. As a young boy, Matsuwaka Maru lost his parents by the age of 9. Orphaned, he became a monk at Mount Hiei, and left his possessions behind. Okay, next section. 20 years of difficult practice, meditation, reading. Okay, that section again. 20 years of difficult practice, meditation each and every day. Okay, on the next section. Did not find at faithful to follow, left to seek there. Okay, that section again. 20 years of difficult practice, meditation each every. Did not find a pathway he could follow, left seek a better. Okay, next Shin met master teacher Honen, learned about the Nembutsu way. Okay, again. Left to seek teacher and learn about the Nembutsu way. Okay, on Shinran spread this pure land teaching, meant for all, meant for you and me. And then continuing, a precious gift for you. For you and me. Okay, let's try from the beginning again. Okay, all right, here we go. As a young boy, Matsuwaka Maru lost his parents by the age of 9. Orphaned, he became a monk at Mount Hiei, and then left his possessions behind. 20 years of difficult practice, meditation each and every day. Did not find a pathway he could follow, left to seek a better way. Then Shin met master teacher Honen, learned about the Nembutsu way. Shinran spread this pure land teaching, meant for all, meant for you and me. Precious gift for you and me. Yay! Very good. Thank you, Mas. That was that's actually a nice Gatha, if we can sing it. Today I wanted to talk about Upaka.
Thank you, Mas.
Do you know who Upaka is? Anybody? Oh, very good. You don't know, so I can share now. So you probably heard this before. Upaka was the first person Shakyamuni Buddha met after his enlightenment. So there's a story about after his enlightenment, Shakyamuni Buddha looked through the world for people that he could share his enlightenment experience with, what he had. And the first people that he looked for were his teachers, but he had learned that all of them had passed away. And so he set about to meet with the 5 disciples or students that were practicing with him before his experience of enlightenment. And the story goes that they left him right before. Once he sat down beneath the Bodhi tree, they decided, yeah, Siddhartha's kind of given up on the practice, so we'll leave him. And so these 5 monks are the people that Siddhartha, now Shakyamuni Buddha, set out to meet. But on his way, he met an ascetic whose name was Upaka, U-P-A-K-A, Upaka. And this meeting is kind of documented in one of the sutras or writings. And when he met, I don't want to mess this up too badly. So when he met Upaka, and he was just walking along the road, and he met this ascetic, and Upaka said, "Well, you look pretty good. What's happening? How are you?" And Siddhartha said, that basically he said, "I'm the enlightened one. I've seen through, I've gone through this practice, and I have now attained enlightenment. And above all, I have this deep insight." And so now, as Shakyamuni Buddha, he's sharing his experiences, and the first person that he meets is Upaka, and he's speaking to Upaka. And after he describes himself and his experience, Upaka replies. So when this was said, Upaka said, "May it be so, my friend." And shaking his head, taking a side road, he left. So basically Upaka said, "Okay, that's nice. Have a nice day," and he kind of left. So Upaka was unfazed by Shakyamuni Buddha's, and Shakyamuni Buddha's declaration that I'm a Buddha. And all of us, I think, if we were to meet Shakyamuni Buddha on the road, we would say, "Wow, okay, let me listen to what you have to share." But I kind of wonder if maybe we might not be more like Upaka. I think I'm more like Upaka. If Shakyamuni Buddha came to me and said, "Hi, I'm the Buddha," I would probably say, "Yeah, okay." But so with Upaka, he said, "Yeah, thank you very much," and he went and he left. And there's a story that follows Upaka and how Upaka is an ascetic, but he met somebody, a family of a hunter, and married the daughter of that hunter, but eventually left to find Shakyamuni Buddha. And so he eventually became a student of Shakyamuni Buddha. And the hunter also eventually became a student of Shakyamuni Buddha. But that first encounter, this is the first time out of enlightenment, Shakyamuni Buddha meets someone. And the first person that he meets is not impressed. Not impressed. I mean, you would think that he would be glowing or something, right? But no, not impressed. I think this story for me has been important for a very long time, because it tells me about how I look at the world, right? How do I know what I'm seeing is what actually is? And I think that's also connected to my color blindness. I look at the world. Last night we were passing out, after the Keirokai, we were passing out ohashi to the people who had attended, and there was this wonderful folded fan, a small folded fan that was on the ohashi and in a nice cellophane packet, and that we were passing out to all of the guests that attended. And then one of the people that I handed the ohashi to, so myself and there were several other people, were handing out this ohashi. And said, the person said, "Oh, thank you very much. One for a woman and one for a man." I said, "Well, what's the difference?" And he said, "One is green and one is red." Really? So my color blindness, I looked at it and I saw the same thing. So that color blindness, the perception of the world, right, is uncertain. And I think Upaka has been an important person for me. That here this person who meets and who Shakyamuni Buddha has a conversation with, right after his experience of enlightenment. And he's unable to, in a sense, Shakyamuni Buddha is unable to convince Upaka, and yet Upaka also unable to perceive the enlightenment of Shakyamuni Buddha. And I think I'm in that position many a time, that I don't see things right in front of me. But I think in Jodo Shinshu, that's what we acknowledge, that we may not be able to see things as they are. But still, with that inability, Amida Buddha moves me towards enlightenment. So even though I am Upaka, unable to see Shakyamuni Buddha, until much later, unable to see Shakyamuni Buddha, I am still cared for by the great compassion of Amida Buddha. So the story of Upaka has always been a kind of a important story in my life. There's other stories like this. The story of Upali is another story of in the time of Shakyamuni Buddha. Upali is a young barber who has been cutting hair of princes who's been attending for their to their needs for a very long time. But that's another story. If you look up Upali, that's another story that we can learn from these individuals who are part of the history and story of Shakyamuni Buddha. But this first person that Shakyamuni Buddha meets, Upaka, is not impressed, even though he is standing before Shakyamuni Buddha, not impressed. Okay, so I share that with you this morning. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Rinban Sakamoto. We will now have Gatha Sayonara on page 103 in the Little Service Book, followed by the Promise located on page 5 in the Little Book, or page 15 in the Big Book.
Sayonara minasan go kigenyo. Sayonara sensei o daiji ni. Anoshi kondo no tsudoi made.
The Promise. We thank the Buddha for showing us the way of freedom. We will endeavor to walk in his noble path every day of our lives. Namo Amida Butsu.
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 Thank you to Rinban Sakamoto, Reverend Mikame, Mrs. Tanabe, Organist Mr. Nishimura, and AV Coordinator Mr. Onishi. Are there any announcements?
Good morning, I'm Moshel Kadokura, and I want to let you know that next Sunday after service, there's going to be a rice bowl event. And we hope that you all come out and support it. This is for the Dharma Center. And you can see our menu items on the posters that are about the church. And we will sell until we sell out. So please come out and support that fundraiser for the Dharma Center. Desserts will be provided by DSPO. We thank them very much for their support. So come and, again, all proceeds go to the Dharma Center. And also, an extra bonus is that there will be a seed exchange. So you can come out and get some seeds and talk to other garden enthusiasts. The following Saturday is the Artisans Fair put on by Nikkei Matsuri Foundation, and we hope you come out. There will be several nonprofit organizations, jams, The museum will be providing food, and UI Kai will have a couple of craft booths as well as 35 other artists and crafters. So please come out and do some early holiday shopping. Thank you very much.
Before everyone leaves, please turn in all the books for the next service. Those of you who are interested are welcome to attend the adults English service. Following this service, for your safety, please obey the crossing guards and look both ways before crossing the street. Thank you for attending today's service.
Okay, wait. Thank you very much. So next week is Pet Memorial. If you have, pets who have died, and you'd like to participate in the Pet Memorial service, everybody's welcome. I mean, everybody will be here for regular service, but we'll have a stand up here that you can bring a photo of your pet that has passed away, and then we'll put them up here, and it'll be a memorial service for pets. So that's next week Sunday. So please remember, again, we'll have a stand up here that you can put the photo, or even just the name, if you don't have a photo, just the name of your pet, and we'll have a memorial service for pet memorial service next week Sunday during Dharma school. Okay, thank you very much. Now, bye-bye. See you next week. Thank you. I was learning debate a little bit more. Wait for Sumi to come back.
Morning. My name's May Kawamoto, and I'll be chairing the service this morning. Let's see. Before we begin, I just wanted to remind everyone that there are no food and drinks allowed in the hondo, and to please turn off your cell phone. Thank you. Do we have anyone here today that is here for the first time? I know there's at least one. If you're comfortable, please introduce yourself. Welcome. Good to have you. Welcome, Ashley. Good to meet you. All right. Hi, Tina. Welcome. Welcome. All right. Let's see. So we will begin with this morning's service with Sambujo, which is on page 24 in the large service book. That's this one. And then followed by sutra chanting Junirai. Sambujo is on page 24, and then Junirai after that will be on page 67. It's also on the small Dharma school service book, this little one here, on page 67.
Namanda, Tsunamanda, 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 Namanda, Tsunamanda.
Yeah. 是天灵说和有阿弥那圣有所的son在一米没有汉的国无量的心是一流空尽心中有神农在 Namanda, namanda,
Namanda,
namanda,
Tsunamanda,
namanda,
Tsunamanda,
namanda,
Tsunamanda,
namanda.
Tsunamanda, Tsunamanda.
Please rise for the Gatha, I'm a Link in the Golden Chain, which is the third song in the Yellow Book in the pockets in front of you. I think all of them have this song. So,
Were we a cappella this one? Oh, sorry.
sorry, Steve. We don't have an accompanist today, so we're going to sing along with the video.
Uh-oh. Maybe a cappella? Oh, here we go. Oh, this is Ondokusan. Okay. All right. So let's sing a cappella. I'm a Link in the Golden Chain. Oh, did you find it, Steve? Oh, this is it. Okay. I'm a link in the golden chain. Harmony may we all attain. Gentle to all living things will unite us all as golden rings. I'm a link in the golden chain. Gratitude may we all attain. Right and strong my link will grow. Pure and loving deeds I know. Pure and beautiful thoughts I will think, and pure and beautiful words I will say, and pure and beautiful deeds I will do for the world and for you. Spreading kindness and love every day to all living things that come our way. Amita's chain of love is bright. Through peace and love we will see the light.
Now we'll be doing Three Treasures. That
Three
is on
Treasures,
page
yes.
3 in the small Dharma School service book.
Steve? Okay, oh no.
Gentle to all living things, would unite us all as
Golden ring. Oh, thank you very much. Okay. All right, three treasures on page 3 in the Dharma School Service book. Hard is it to be born into human life. Now we are living it. Difficult is it to hear the teachings of the Blessed One. Now we hear it. If we do not deliver ourselves in the present life, no hope is there that we shall be freed from suffering and sorrow in the ocean of birth and death. Let us reverently take refuge in the three treasures of the truth. I take refuge in Buddha. May we all together absorb into ourselves the principle of your way to enlightenment and awaken in ourselves the supreme will. I take refuge in Dharma. May we all together be submerged in the depth of the doctrine and gain wisdom as deep as the ocean. I take refuge in Sangha. May we all together become units in true accord, in a life of harmony, in a spirit of universal oneness, freed from the bondage of selfishness. Even through ages of myriads of kalpas, hard is it to hear such an excellent, profound, and wonderful doctrine. Now we are able to hear and receive it. Let us thoroughly understand the true meaning of Tathagata's teaching. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu.
Now we'll have Minister's Assistant Sumi Tanabe, and she will give this morning's Dharma talk.
Yosho. Namo Amida Butsu. Good morning to all of you here in the Hondo and for those of you at home. Please join me in Kansho. By yourself must effort be made, the Tathagata do but make known the way. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. First, I would like to thank your participation in last Sunday's birthday celebration. It was a wonderful event, and I thank you from the bottom of my heart. I am very grateful for your friendship. Thank you so very much. Now I'm going to go back to the 1990s. Reverend Sakamoto, do you remember when we met at a restaurant so many years ago? You said we had to discuss a problem, an issue with the board. I believed you, but it was a lie. It was to persuade me to become the new president of the board. There is no free lunch. It was with some mixed feelings, but in the end, I said, yes, I will try to do my best. That began my long journey through this Betsuin and to the BCA. As you know, the BCA has 8 districts, starting in California, the Bay, the Northern, our Coast District, Central, Southern, Mountain State, Northwest, and Eastern State. As a woman, I knew the difficulties of being a leader, especially in the BCA. As an example, when I was being installed as the first vice president, a man sitting next to Carol Sato said, "Who's that woman going up there? What is she up there for?" And Carol said, "She's up there to be installed as the new vice president of BCA." And he looked at her disgustingly and said, "What is the BCA coming into?" Men were in control of the BCA, the executive committee, the board, and the council. The first council meeting I attended, they were discussing an issue that I didn't quite understand. So I raised my hand and asked the question, "I need clarification." They looked at me as if I had two heads. But it turned out that there were other people at that meeting who wanted to ask the same question, but were not going to take the chance to embarrass themselves. But I didn't care. I went ahead and embarrassed myself. It turned out that the issue, the president decided to call a committee to study it. Soon I was elected as a delegate at large, and then chair of several committees. Among them, the Buddhist Education Committee, the editorial board of Dharma, and the Evaluation and Planning Committee. I serve under 3 BCA presidents, Shohara from the Southern District, Wellness Kurashige from the Southern District, and Doug Iwamoto of our Salinas Coast District. During Sei Shohara's term, we had a legal issue that brought a lawsuit against BCA. It was a terrible time because the person who brought the lawsuit was someone that I knew quite well and who was a minister at this temple part-time. Besides, she was a woman. I like Carol. When she was the head of the Department of Buddhist Education, she organized the department, she cleaned up the basement, she distributed pamphlets and other learning material for Dharma school students. And she there's no copy here, but if you look at the large pink book, she was responsible for the publication of that book and the service book that we use still today. So the Buddhist education was kind of centered around Southern California when she was still the director. But now she was gone, and so people were wondering, what about the other district? It's good that Southern California can have all the Buddhist education, but what about the rest of us? And so another department was developed. It was called the Center for Buddhist Education, CBE. And I became the first chair of the governing board. It was tough because it was a new department with no funding. And so I thought, how are we going to get money to get this started? And then I thought, well, the Buddhist women are having their conference soon, FBWA. So I called the president and I asked to be placed on the agenda. She said, oh, sure. But when the time came, she would not recognize me, so I could not speak. And then people were asking all kinds of questions that only I could have answered. So finally, one delegate said, let Sumi answer these questions for us. And I was talking about the new department when I finally saw Reverend Umezu come through that door. It was important that he be here to talk about it because he was assigned the responsibility of the CBE. And when he talked, he was very humble and very appreciative of the work that FBW did. Now there's somebody made a motion to fund CBE, and the motion passed. So we are forever grateful for the Buddhist women to give a good beginning for CBE. Every time I would have to go to meetings, it was always on a Friday, which meant I had to take time off from my work. I put BCA as a reason for my vacation time. Finally, my boss said, what is this BCA? What is it? You always put down BCA, you're always going down to LA. I said, well, it's the Buddhist Churches of America, and I'm chairing several committees, so I have to go and take Friday off for these meetings. And she said, well, you're taking off your vacation day. Is it worth it? I said, yes, it is worth it. One big issue that appeared over and over and over again was the lack of new ministers coming up in BCA. It was getting so bad that the older ministers who were retiring had no replacement because there were no young people going into the ministry. And so we would discuss this problem and the fact that there were going to be several ministers retiring in the near future, and who's going to take over their temples. No one was available. And so they had to have other ministers fill in and as supervisors. I finally stood up at one meeting and said that I have a suggestion for you that might help ease the problem. And I suggested that we have some paraprofessionals, those people who volunteer to help the minister, but will not do anything major, just minor things so that the minister could concentrate and focus on what is really important for the temple and the Sangha. Well, as you can guess, they did not support it. It was voted down. And it won't be until years later that the minister assistant program would gain a foothold and it's a viable program today. Another issue was with the election of the bishop. At the time I was active, Bishop Yamaoka was the bishop. He was serving, I think, for about 15 years. Someone on the board said, that's too long. We need to limit his bishophood. So they voted to eliminate this forever bishop to 10 years maximum, 5 years each. and then later it was reduced to 8 years, just like the President of the United States. So today it still is 8 years. But at one meeting, Reverend David Matsumoto from IBS stood up and was doing something on a whiteboard. And at first I didn't know what was going on. And I listened and I was looking at his chart, and I finally got it through my head what was happening. I thought, wow, this is a big change. The Minister Association was recommending that they, the minister, be in charge of selecting the bishop. And they had very good reason for that. They are the content expert. They know what a bishop should be doing. But it was not the process that we had in place. And so I finally stood up, and I admit I got a little bit emotional. But I said, if Shinran was here today, he would be embarrassed. He would be so disappointed in all of us. He never distinguished between lay and monk. He always practiced equity. He always was fair to both men and women. And so I said, I move to retain the same process we have today. That is 8 ministers from the 8th district, 8 layperson from the 8th district to form a committee and make the decision for us. Someone seconded the motion, and I never forget this. It was one of our own who is still a member of this temple in San Luis Obispo, who said we will have a secret ballot because he knew that when we had a hand vote, some people are intimidated by that, and so they would not vote what they truly believe. And so we had a secret ballot, and the motion was carried that we have the same process. So today it is still the same process, 8 ministers, 8 laypersons from the 8th district to determine who the next bishop will be. It has been a very long road for me as I journeyed along the path to leadership in both this Betsuin and to the BCA. I have to admit, however, it was the men folks who supported me all the way. It was the ministers, it was the teachers, it was the friends who I made through my BCA connection. I have friends all over the United States, even today, through my work with BCA. And so I encourage all of you to never forget that there were people before you who sacrificed in order to have what we have today. And I know that some of you do not believe in the BCA, but BCA has been a trailblazer in getting people to work together. Certainly our country could use that working together to get things done, but it's not happening. But it is amazing that if we work together, we will get results. Whether the results are good or bad, the fact that we work together is what's important. And so I thank you again for your participation in my celebration. It was a team effort. You are a part of the team. You are part of my second family, the San Jose Betsuin family. Thank you very much. Please join me in Gassho. Courtesy is the most precious of jewels. Beauty without courtesy is like a garden without flowers. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Sumi. That's an inspiring background to hear, and thank you for your dedication and being a representative of a lot of different communities. Okay, let's see. So now we'll, if you can please rise for the Gatha Ondokusan, and we'll do video again. Ondokusan, I'm sorry, it's on the, sorry, page 76 in the small book.
Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Thank you. Please be seated.
If there are any announcements, please come forward. Thank you.
Hello, so this is just a reminder, there's going to be a class on Wednesday evenings at 7 p.m. at the church office on the 6th, 13th, and 20th of November. Additional details are at the website, Betsuin website. Thank you.
Next week is, there'll be a prep memorial service. So if we'll have a stand up here. So if you would like to bring photos or the names of a pet that may have passed away, we'll have a pet memorial service on next week. Also, today's refreshments are in the multi-purpose room rather than out in the garden. So if you'll just go down past the garden area that we normally have refreshments and then proceed into the multi-purpose room, refreshments will be there this morning.
Hi, I'm representing Eco Sangha, and next Sunday at 11:30 we're having a seed and plant sharing couple of tables, actually 5 tables, and one of the tables will have person who's a master gardener, and she's going to talk about cover crops, which are plants that you can plant in your soil to enrich your soil. At the same time, there's going to be a rice bowl, and there's no reservations or anything for that. You just go until it's all eaten up. And it's a fundraiser. So please support them. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Hi, I'm Terry Oshidari. I thought someone else was going to do this, but Sangha Support is doing a origami demonstration today in the multipurpose room, and you would be amazed at what this woman can do. 3-dimensional origami. It's fabulous. So we had a sign up, but if someone would like to come and sit in on that way, you're welcome. So thank you.
Good morning. I just wanted to make a quick announcement about next Saturday's Artisan Fair. Nikkei Matsuri Foundation is hosting that. We have several nonprofit groups that will be participating, so please come out and support the San Jose Museum, who will be providing the food, and we have UI Kai, who will have 2 craft booths there, but we have over 35 artisans, so you can start your holiday shopping early. It's next Saturday from 10 to 4. And then also, please mark your calendars for Saturday, November 16th, which is the curry cook-off, which is a competition, very friendly Japantown competition, but we do have winners. And so this is a fundraiser sponsored by the Buddhist Church and Wesley Methodist Church. We will be, the proceeds will go to Nikkei West and the San Jose JCL for the Issei Building Maintenance Fund. So please come out and support next Saturday, not next Saturday, Saturday, November 16th, 5:30 here at the Buddhist Church. Thank you.
Thank you, Rinban Sakamoto, Reverend Mikame, Sumi Tanabe, and our AV tech, Steve Onishi. Thank you for handling all the technicalities over there. Thank you all for attending this morning's service. We'll now have closing gassho, and then please come forward for incense offering afterwards. And then, as Rinban mentioned, refreshments will be in the NPR. Thank you.
Jagasho, please. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namanda. Thank you very much, everyone. Please come forward for Oshoku.